Hey, guys, where would you say Canada's sportsbook exists?
In Canada.
Well, I would say it exists at sportsinteraction.com/SDP.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. It's Canada's sports book, and it is the best place to go. Before the game starts, live and play, or, you get to guess on how your favorite player performs. Canada does it at SIA, and they're doing it right since 1997. Competitive odds. Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out.
Wow.
What's the URL, Steve?
Oh, man.
sportsinteraction.com/.
SDP.
Yeah! 19 plus, and as always, please play responsibly. Stars take down the Flames 2-0. I love this right at the beginning. The whistle blows, and literally, like, after the first play, Matthew Tkachuk's like, okay, John Klingberg, let's go. Yep. And tries to dummy him a little bit, but obviously the real story here is Jake Oettinger, right? Mm-hmm. And that's Jesse's boy.
Yeah, that is my boy.
He's Connor Ingram to Dallas for Jesse.
Yeah.
So
and
what
you're
is
right.
it? They were showing his like warm up before the game. Did you see him like doing that? He was like doing like a dead bug, but like throwing a ball up in the air and catching it and just sitting there by himself.
All
goalies are super weird.
All goalies are very weird. And he's like 6'7" too. Like, there are 3 teams who annoyingly just churn out goalies.
Dallas is one of them.
Dallas is one of them. The Preds are another. And Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They're on their 3rd goalie right now, and you'd never know.
And there are teams that do not, and they are the Toronto Maple Leafs. Have never had a good goalie.
Not yet.
Well, I think the last time we turned out one was Reimer.
Yeah, they've only drafted like a dozen over the last 3 years.
Right.
They're going to hit on one.
Reimer, Rask, and I think Potvin are the best picks they've made in the last 30 years.
God, that
It's not great. And Potvin was more than 30 years ago.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's in the late 80s.
It's 114, almost 115 straight minutes of shutout hockey for Jake Oettinger.
It's a great goalie, man.
Yeah. And Calgary could have done a lot better in just generating shots and generating scoring chances. Like, I don't feel like they did enough. But when it happened, Oettinger was on his game.
They're trying to out Sutter. And if any team can do it, it's them.
Yeah.
This is such an unfortunate, annoying opponent for Calgary to get in a year where the path forward should be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's 2 killers to me in the West. It's Colorado and Calgary. And on the last day of the season, decided you're going to play, one of you is going to play one with no goalie.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is going to play Jake Oettinger.
Yeah. And like Dallas, it sucks because they've successfully just slowed down the play so well that over 2 games, Calgary has 1 goal. And it's the exact opposite of how I think Calgary should be going at this series. Like open it up because Dallas can't play that type of hockey.
And this is the under series.
It would have helped if that puck went in off Yanni Hakanpää. It just hit the post. But
yeah. Why is Calgary allowing Dallas to dictate play here?
I don't think it's about that, man.
What do you think it's about?
I think we got to put some respect on Dallas, man. I predicted a comeback for them this year. I mean, they shouldn't have missed the playoffs last year.
COVID. They had COVID.
Yeah, a series of unfortunate circumstances. One in the snowstorm.
Oh,
the
right. They knocked out Texas, literally.
Yeah. And they're better than their spot in the standings dictates. I just have a hard time believing the deeper this series goes in a team that's got so much invested in Ben and Sagan. Man.
Is Joe Pavelski ever going to get old?
No.
He was good.
No.
He's a point-of-game player, and that goal was unreal.
About the wrongest I've ever been.
About a free agent sign.
Was yeah, dude, they signed him 3 years, $7 million per.
And he's been worth more.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays his best hockey in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
He's such a fantastic player. Listen, do one thing and do it well.
Yeah.
Go to the net, tip it in, thank you very much. Go to the net, tip it in, thank you very much. If it were easy to move them, players would do it. Go to the net, tip it in, thank you very much.
It had to be nice, too, after Tkachuk and Raffl went at it. And, they kind of made some insulting questions, and I brought it up on the last show with Sutter after the game. They're like, would you prefer Tkachuk go at somebody who's like perhaps a little bit bigger on the lineup? Michael Raffl scores the last goal of the game, and I thought, oh, that's kind of karmic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, not that it was a hard goal. It was an empty netter, but I just felt like, he's a fourth line guy, and he's sort of a defensive guy, and it was just I'm sure it was for him like, take that.
Matthew Tkachuk should never be taking himself off the ice for 5 minutes at a time on purpose.
I agree with that. Sutter doesn't, but I agree with that.
You're a 100-point player. No. Like, if someone gets in his face, he should go home. I don't have a problem with that. But, dude, you're part of a triple 100-point line.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
Did
It's a
Lindholm
40
have 100?
No, they had a 40. Well, they had 40 goals.
Okay,
each.
fine. You're part of a triple 40 goal line. You have to be on the ice. You have to be on the ice.